shower since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready! 10 Lobo. Topper! Topper!
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Jones operating from the gun. He completes it to Tate. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that field. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard. His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 right at the 30. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Out of the gun, Geis. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this throw caught left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Geis with the carry on second down. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understands.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
The 20. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. Give him 42 yards on the ground. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Now Jones to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end, but it'll be second and goal.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Daniel Jones with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now Geis stripped. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, we're dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Hey, shoot! 56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up.
Jones on 1st and 10. Letting one go deep for the... And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his second touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he's got this down to the 35. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, here's Love. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. Back to the ground game now with Geis. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one and another first down.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Dwayne Haskins with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that cuts this lead down to 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Fights off the defender. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time.
Jones hit and the ball's out, and the Redskins scoop it. There he goes left side, and he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal, give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you give the momentum squarely to your opponent.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. That'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's got his man. This is Tate. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Recon, 132 fighter.
A first down carry for Barkley, and that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Past the 20. And with the clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Haskins looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
It's Geis on the counter. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
This is Geis. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They stay on the ground. Geis again. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Haskins will throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Got a man, Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
He's going to float this one deep right side, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. That's on Kevin Zeitler, acquired in the Odell Beckham trade. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. Give the Redskins 13 there and a 1st down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now a run with Geis. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Love, and the ball comes out. Love lost it, and the Giants have it. It's picked up, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
X3, 218, chop, get.
On 1st down, Barkley. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up. You draw closer. Shoot.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw. Jones. Flush to his right. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Bravo. Kill. Turn up. Now.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. That is caught inside the 5. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Golden Tate, his 4th touchdown on the year. Back to throw. Jones, as they now sit just a 2. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff, Geis going right. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Here's Haskins to throw. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line.
Kill. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Mike 48. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 48.
Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Check 48's the mark. 6 man.
Here's Jones. Throwing on 4th down. Catch made by Slayton. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Jones throwing on 1st down. That's complete to Slayton. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Jones now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Jones operating from the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Saquon Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 17-yard line.
Ready? 60 yards. Touchdown, travel.
Rush in.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Check 48's the mark.
Topper.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Come on, fellas.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Giants, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.